Teaquilts. Hi, hello, welcome to the people that are here. Know I'm not expecting a lot of people tonight. I just came on because I just had a few things I needed to run through. Namely, I had quite a few cards come in and I wanted to get these into the birthday draw. So I wanted to do that. And I didn't want to hold stuff until Wednesday and talk a little bit about both retreats 2024 and 2025. And then I have to figure out what I did with all my stuff to sew with. I got those blocks up here done. These blocks here we're working on and should be working on today. So I did some sewing and made some more blocks just because I'm trying to make sure that I stay on track with this, but my electrical systems are not playing fair with me right now. So I'm glad I did do some pre-sewing on some of the second blocks since our last sewing chat. So let's see who is here, and let me cut this volume down because it keeps notifying me about all the people in my area that's getting their power back. So in one of the community groups. So let's see who did make it here. We've got Quilt Gal here saying hi, Miss T and everyone. Here for the fun is here. Hello, T and Quilty friends. KD Crafts, hi T and all. Diane McCoy, hello T and friends. And Jean Green saying hello everyone. Sue GSD, hello T and family. What a fabulous surprise. Yay. Sue, I got your check today for the deposit for 2025. I have marked you on my sheet. So that check has arrived. You're okay. Kathleen Champ, saying hi to and everyone, just popping in to say hello, trying desperately to get ready for surgery in 2 days, but has to say hello. So she's waving. So Kathleen Champ, hopefully everything goes well for you. And prayers for you as well. Judy here saying hello to you and everyone. Marsha Baker saying hello to you and everyone. Damali J is here. Good evening, Miss T and Quilters. I'm surprised to catch you tonight. Glad you're back. Yes. It's like I have so much stuff I'm trying to stay on schedule with, and I don't recall ever having my power go out twice in 1 month. So we had 4 days earlier, about 1 3/4 days this time. So I'm counting it as 1.5 because it went from Friday 7 p.m. till today at 11:30 a.m. So yeah, it's getting on my nerves to say the least. Um, at least it was on faster than it was before. Vivian Calvi, hey Vivian, saying hi to you and everyone. Sue says, just so you know, 345 days until our fearless leader begins her 2024 retreat. So yay! Deborah Holloway, hi T and T Quilters. Vanessa Brown, hello T and everyone. Yeah, Kathleen saying her nerves are going bonkers. Appreciate all the prayers. Yeah. So you take care. I know she says she's not going to stay in here long. So take care, Kathleen. Jill Lingerfelt is here saying hi. So hello, Jill. I don't remember your name. I could be saying that again twice. But welcome to the channel, or welcome to the live chat at least. If you've never been in here before, appreciate you commenting. And then Beth Dixon saying, hello, everyone. So glad to be back. So for those that might be new or watching this video later, we're not normally live on Sunday nights. I was trying to wait till the people that I know came on Sundays and then tried to come on after they maybe were off their lives. And I'm not sure if all of them are off their lives, but it was getting late and I couldn't wait any longer. So I just Sue is so crazy. Talking about she confused. When does she do the countdown for the 2025 retreat? I got to get through 2024. But yeah, so it's just a lot I have going on, and then every day that my power goes out, I was in the process of doing things, and then it throws my whole schedule off whack because there isn't anything that I can do without my electricity. So I do all my labels through electricity. I do my t-shirts. I was in the middle of doing t-shirts, and I was trying to do some for myself to see what colorways I like. So I think I'm just going to put that stuff up. And now I need to get back into long arm quilting. So it just continually throwing my schedule off for this month. So it's going to throw everything off in the months pushing forward. And then on top of that, I decide to schedule another retreat. So that part I did to myself. But I'm really excited about it for the 2024 retreat. I do not have anyone on the staying overnight list, like that are doing the full retreat. I don't have anyone on that wait list. So if you want to get on the 2024 retreats wait list, you can. However, I do have 2 commuter spots open. That's for somebody that maybe live locally in the St. Louis area and you're able to stay at your own place, or somebody that's willing to pay additional money to be in a hotel. Um, I do have 2 of those spots available, but the 2024 retreat has 2 commuter spots and no in-house spots. So if somebody wants to get on the wait list, you can. However, I don't have anyone on the wait list because everyone that was on the wait list for 2024, I asked them if they wanted to be moved to 2025, and they did. So I've moved those people to 2025 retreat. So let's talk about 2025's retreat. I have 36 people scheduled or have an interest in the retreat. I'm thinking I'm going to make the retreat at this time until I do room planning on how everyone is going to sit in the rooms. I am going to cap it at 40 for right now. I know that in the past, my guild has used this place because it's different than where we are now. We have used this place and we've gotten 32 or 36 people in the room. And so I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to get the tables into the room. So I've got to do some planning with that. So I'm currently going to cap it at 40. I have 2 rooms though. So if they got 36 people in a room, I'm trying not to have it that packed because I want people to have some space to move around. And then at this facility, I have another room that I can use. So we'll be divided into 2 sewing areas. And then we'll have a place where we can go eat. And then I'm going to ask them to set up the back half of where we eat uh, with chairs, so we have a place where we can all come together, and when we need to do a meeting or if we're doing any kind of projects, you can have a display board where we're kind of showing you what it is that you're going to be doing on projects instead of having the instructor going from room to room. So I'm working on layout. So that's my hold up right now. I haven't signed the contract. I did call yesterday and let the people know that I was going to have those dates because I had until Monday to let them know. So I was told by the receptionist that she wrote the information down. She said she would give it to him and he'll mail it to me sometime this week. So if I don't get it by Wednesday, then I'll call on Thursday to make sure because I don't want to lose the dates. Dates go fast at these retreat centers, I'm finding. Especially, he said anything from like May through October kind of goes fast because those are normally the months that people want to travel. Most people don't want to do a lot of traveling in the winter months here. So, Jean Sutter is here saying hi, Tea and Quilters. Remo JS is here. Hello, Miss Tea and Quilters. Please hit the thumbs up and show your love and support. Please subscribe so you can be educated. Hey, Remo. And Sue says, remember, this ain't free. Hit the thumbs up. So thank you, ladies. make sure I get everything. Yeah, so I got everything off. So currently, and I'm saying currently because they have until August 13th to send in their $100 deposits. And so let me count off the people that I know. One, two, three, four, five, six. I'll go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So out of the 36 people on my list, I know 100% that 23 of them are going to pay and come to retreat. So I got some people on here that I don't know very well. Like I'm not aware of your names. Probably have been watching me for a while, so I haven't like included them. But I'm not saying they're not coming. I'm just saying if you know you want to come to 2025's retreat, you might want to make sure that you're one of the last four. That's going to be a guaranteed spot. And then August 13th, anybody on the wait list, I will be moving up to the actual list if the people that are on here haven't paid their $100. So these spots went way faster than I thought they would. So I just mentioned this, I think last Wednesday, and it hasn't been a week, and I've already got 36 people that have an interest in attending a retreat. So just wanted to keep you all up to date, and I didn't want to sit on this information because some of you are not on Facebook, and I've already posted it earlier today on Facebook. But I do want to thank everybody for your support. I appreciate how many people want to come to a Teaquilts retreat. So I just want to keep everybody up to date. Remo says she liking the pen. I know. Hey, Tom Whittick. Eckery saying hey T and all Tea quilters. Bonita Nance is here saying hey everyone. Joan E saying hi T and everyone. So yes, so I just wanted to give an update on that. And then the other thing I want to give an update on, and also if people got questions, you can also ask questions. I have no problems with that as well. I need to get some tickets. Just pull some off. Got a big roll over there. And I need to put people into the birthday drawing. We got a little, just say a week and a half until we do the birthday draw. It's going to be, the birthday bash is going to be next Wednesday, July 26th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that is normally the day that I would do optional block draw, but I'm going to save that probably until Thursday. Just come on Thursday morning at some point, not worrying about a lot of people being in here, and just open up blocks and then people can watch the video later, kind of like what I'm doing today. Not expecting a lot of people on Sunday because I'm not normally on. And YouTube don't send out all the notifications like they're supposed to. I think it gets overwhelmed with that. So I wanted to come on here because I had quite a few things come in the mail. So I wanted to get these done. So I had Sonia Johnson. She sent in an e-gift. And so I done something with the e-gift, and I'm hoping that it will be here by the time of the birthday bash. Jeff Gallowina? I don't know. Gallonia. Jeff Gallonia. Have to look at all these letters. I don't use people last name. I actually have Jeff in my large quilt guild. He's new to our guild. And I haven't learned his last name because we use first names. So sorry about that, Jeff. As usual, this is the second time I butchered his name. This is Olga Cherry. So that's hers, came in. And this one is Beverly Akins. Remo over there singing, "It's your birthday, it's your birthday, going to celebrate, it's your birthday." I'll sing it for you. Then I got Nicole Baldwin. And she just joined. I'm assuming it's a birthday card. The drawing's going to be the next day. She just joined optional block, so it could be that too, but we'll find out when I open it up. This is from Cynthia Shade in Chicago. And Deborah Sims Brown. She's in optional block, but it feels flat. Deborah Sims Brown. All right. So, and then this box came from Carla Ford. And I'm so confused because Joe Carmel told me the last stuff that she sent was her and Carla. And then so I put Joe Carmel's name in twice because two things came. So I'm going to take one of these Joe Carmels until they tell me differently and put Carla's name on it. And then I'm going to put Carla's name in here again because I'm confused. I thought I had taken my all right, so with that, I think I'm done, but I just need to put these in here. This is, oh, that's the paper. Okay. I have no idea. Trying to, I don't know. I think I'm going to put that back. Hold on. Trying to make sure. I kept one envelope in here because it had optional blocks included. So that and this, I just took it all the way out the bag, didn't I? All right, so I want to put those people in just because I had quite a few of them piling up. Good evening, TN everyone from Carla. Welcome. Mona Did What is here. Saying hi, TN everyone. And Blackbird 22 saying hello, TN everyone. And put all of these in there. Jones says optional block drawing is July 27th. Just hoping I still have time. Yes, it's July 27th. It's after it's hard to explain, but our guild does optional block on third Thursday. So then it's the following Wednesday after that. Sometimes it could be the fourth Thursday. Sometimes it could be the third Thursday, depending on how the days of the week fall with the, with the number. So that's why I can't like give you an actual time, but most times it would be the fourth Wednesday of the month normally, but I'm going to do it Thursday whenever I wake up. Sue says, I'm so glad your birthday bash is on Wednesday. I don't have to worry about getting up for work. Right. So that's that. I can put this back. This can just go right there for a minute. I'll have to reorganize that because I didn't even put the envelope in the bag, so I can just grab the whole thing. So yeah, so that's all I have. I just have checks here I need to deposit now. So if anybody else have any questions about anything, now's the time to ask. I think I am going to. So You know, when you can't sew, you miss sewing. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8, 6. I got 6 blocks. Oh, I got another block because 7. So I got to make 8 more blocks. I got 7 made. I had taken it to show for show and tell. So at yesterday we had my so busy quilt guild meeting. So I need to make 8 more of these star blocks here. Hey Nikki B, thank you for the birthday card. Um when will we find out where 2025 will be? When I sign the contract. So you should know. So do you want to repeat what I missed or me look at the replay? Um, Hold on. Shaquita's here saying hi T, just saying hello. 4:30 a.m. alarm. Good to see you. Good night, Shaquita. I do know that people will have to watch the replay of this. I'm just trying to get some sewing in because I need to get this project done. It was my cousin's birthday a couple days ago. I should have sent her a picture of her project, but I didn't. She'll get it. Basically talking about retreat registrations, Benita, you're okay with that? Everything about retreat, you have the information personally because you're in the email group, just letting people know how many spaces basically were available at each retreat. You're in both retreats, so I don't have to worry about that. Um, and that's it. That's all. I talked a lot about retreat so far. Um, Francis Jackson is here. Hey, Francis. So, oh, okay. Trying to figure out what did I do with the envelope? I haven't deposited checks yet. Oh, this box. I'm looking at. I got so many different boxes. All right. So, okay. So, we're just gonna start working on this on these blocks. I'm going to take these pieces out that I need to just to start. Well, I'm going to need these. No, I'm going to have to piece those first. So we'll leave this. Okay. So I've made 7 of the 8 blocks that I need. So let me just show you guys really quick. I haven't pressed these blocks because I was just sewing. So let me take one of these off and just show you what we're making. This is the second block of the Brightly quilt. We worked on the Saturday before, not yesterday, a week ago Saturday. We worked on the first block and now we're working on the second block. So I did some cheat sewing and went and sewed quite a few blocks ahead of time just because, and I even sewed all of these points here. I sold all of those except for one block. So I have 4 of these units I'm going to be sewing, and then you'll just be repeating that for how many you need to make the quilt. I am sewing the Brightly quilt by Cluck Cluck Sew. They have a 4 purchase pattern if you want to do that. You can also go watch a video on Missouri Star Quilt Company and get information from there as well. Carla T, can you add me to 25? Yes, ma'am. I got you, Carla, and your friend, because it'll be coming next. Okay, Bonita says she's going to bed. She's got a 5 a.m. call tomorrow. Good night, because I'm not doing anything else. Everything you need to know, you know. Like that is here saying, hello, Miss T and all. So she says, thank you. You're welcome. So I'm just going to be sewing. Now, what normally will happen when you're trying to make star points, you would normally have a square and then you will sew diagonally through the middle. Or you can use your Duck Lico ruler if you have that. But I die cut my stuff. I die cut the squares and then I die cut half square triangles so that I could save the material that I'm going to be using or pitching on the other side of this fabric. I will have leftover fabric on this. And what I do is, and I'm not going to be able to lay this in perfect position and show you, but I put this on here because what AccuQuilt does is it cuts off the dog ears. And so what I do is I just put my square flat on a surface and then I just figure out where my triangle needs to be so that the ends are even with the edge of the block. Now I don't want to put this on here and just be messy with it and just put it on here and do something like this and just go sew a seam. You see how that triangle is hanging off the edge of the block? You don't want that. You want to make sure when you put that triangle down that it is even with the edge of the block. And that's how I can get away with not having a snowball corners, because I use my half square triangle die. So, like I said, a pattern can tell you what to do, and then you can figure out on your own how you want to do it. And that's what I do. Trying to put a dot of oil on that. Maybe I'll put another one. Every time my machine goes out, my power goes out, I know I'm not sewing on a regular basis. I'm like, let me put one more. So, yeah. So that's how I'm able to not have to worry about mitering them corners, or, like sewing through the snowball corners with a square. And then I'm saving because I didn't have much of this burgundy fabric anyway, but I still would have done it. I've done it in the past, but I definitely didn't have any extra. So when I cut these out, I used a multiple die that I could cut more than one at a time. And I was able to save, oops, I don't have mine. It's not threaded. I forgot that part. Jeff Gallania is here saying, good evening, all. Hello, Jeff. Hello, hello. Jason's here. Hey, Jason. Good evening, Miss T and all Teaquilters. So glad you have your power back. Yes, I am too. Still lost some food because we had just bought food the day of the power outage. And so then I cooked. My husband had just went and bought some seafood. And so then I went and cooked that and ate as much of it as I could the Friday night. But then, I put it in the freezer after that. But then 2 days later, because it was never really frozen, I had to throw it away. So we've been throwing away food over here again. So that's what we do. And I don't know if the power company ever put anything out about any money for food, because the first time my power went out, I threw out 3 bags of food. I think we only had 1 this time. And I didn't go buy all the stuff that I had in there before either. So Just had to pour out a whole gallon of milk. I had just bought it 2 days ago, 2 days previously, because I was gonna make a cake. I'm talking about boo. What ruler for half square triangles you said? It's a look up Doug Leko, Leko. And I might have one that I still have for sale. I don't think I have it in here because I have it in with a project, but let me make sure. I have stuff in with projects and then I don't have them in here. This is embroidery. Where's my small rulers drawer? I take stuff out all the time. Then they're not in here for me to share it with you. It's not in there. That's the small ruler drawer. So, rotary cutting. Let's see if it's in rotary cutting in the wrong spot. Okay. I might have one more in stock. It's the Doug Leko simple folded corners, and they have one that's if you're doing like setting triangles as well, but this one is for the triangles where for smaller ones when you're making your block you can go up to 4.5, and then he's got one I think that will go up to 12.5 if I'm not mistaken. It's very big, but this is the one that you would be using on a mostly. I remember last time I went trying to buy the bigger one, I couldn't buy them because they were out of stock. So I haven't been able to purchase those. But on my ruler, I put those little round dots on them so to keep it from slipping when I'm cutting. But if I didn't have an AccuQuilt die in the right size triangle I need, this is the ruler that I use to do my snowball corners. And let me put you in the right drawer. It's not marked. I used to keep them in my rotary cutting drawer, but then I went and got another little small drawer container and then I put them in there, and I've never marked those drawers. So that's why I don't know where they are. But okay, Nikki, I'll hold it for you. Just email me because I forget. I'll just have to pull it. It's in my stock. I never put those on my website because they sold so fast when I got them, and I think I only have that one left. I saw it the other day. I was looking for something else. Sheila Willis is here saying good evening, tea and quilters. Hello, Sheila. Holly Duvall is here saying hi all. Hi, Holly. June Hanson. Hi, Tia and everyone. Sue says we had a hellacious storm this afternoon hit South County. Lost part of our rhubarb tree. Oh my gosh. It was supposed to come right through this way, and then like 15 minutes before it was supposed to hit, it changed direction for some reason. So I'm sorry it came on that side of town, but I was so glad it missed my house because I'm like everyone we've had this year. The storm has taken my power out. And the funny thing is was it Friday before the power went out? About 2 hours earlier for 1 minute, I lost power and it was sunny outside, no wind, no nothing. And I'm like, what in the world? And then 7:15, it was gone. It was gone at 7:15. Thank you, June, saying prayers. Remo's reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. So thank you, Remo. All right. So I'm only going to be doing 4 of these, and I'm going to put, I'll show you when I get one off of here. And so you're going to need 4 of these for every block, but I've already done mine because this is to me, the longest part of the sewing process on the Brightly quilt. Okay. Put these scissors up. I don't know why I took them out. I must have been doing something else. And I don't even have my yarn on. I didn't even put water in it. I just felt like sewing, and I said I'm going to go sew. So let me get this ready. And yes, I put water in my irons. I know a lot of people don't. I had this Panasonic since 2018 and use water. Haven't had a problem. I know a lot of people don't. If I can't put water in the iron, I don't want it. I've had my Oliso iron. I put water in it too, and it's been just fine. All right, so what I do, oh, that's why I got the scissors. Because now that I've sewn this like that, I'm just going to cut that back piece off. And I do keep those. You know, when you're making string blocks on a diagonal, and then you get to the corner and you're missing a piece, you need about 1 inch left, then that's what I do. I see your you messaging me on iPad, girl. I barely use that, but I do see it right now. But I keep these because they're great in corners, and I also can make 1 inch finish half square triangles with them as well. So I do keep those. So I don't pitch them. I actually have a project that I'm using, making 1 inch finish half square triangles, and I'm using muslin, just random pieces of muslin leftovers that I have, and I'm making quilt blocks. I'll show it to you one day. I haven't worked on it in a long time, and it's just one of those things that I've been using, leftover binding pieces, leftover snowball pieces, and eventually it's going to be this big quilt with all these little pieces. So this is smooth. I mean heated back here. Just want to lay that flat. And then you can see now I've got this on that corner, and you can see how perfect it's laying in this position. So I cheat a little bit. Instead of having to do the snowball corners, all I got to do is sew a 1/4 inch seam. So I figured out a way to use my die when I need a snowball corner, when I've got the correct size die. So I'm going to lay this one up here so I can get this other one off. I got to trim. All right. And then I can press all of these. June says prayers for everyone down that way. It's been terrible with storms. Yes. And we haven't had this in a long time like this. So it's just surprising. So thank you, June. Sandy says, hooray. Hi, everyone. Hey, Sandy. June said, that's a nice corner. Yes. Now, y'all do know, I try to show you that you can do stuff a little differently, but I've been sewing and quilting for a long time. Since 1986 sewing, 1994 quilting. So I do know how to do some cheats and make sure my stuff still looks good. And even if they weren't perfect, I know how to make that compensation in my seam allowance if I have to. So I don't teach that type of stuff, but this right here, because this is something that's new, a lot of people got die cutting machines. You can use a half square triangle to make a snowball corner because they got those points off. If they didn't have the points off, there is no way that I would do this technique. I wouldn't even trust it by folding it in half and stuff like that. But the fact that these corners don't have the points on them, I know exactly where this needs to lay. So we're going to do that to the other side. And then we'll have our 2 snowball corners. Got 2 more to do because I'm only doing 4. You need 4 per each block. Norma Lovelace says, hi, my first time watching. Hello, Norma. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you commenting. We are working on the Brightly quilt by Cluck Cluck Sew. I'm working on what I'm calling block number 2, which is this block right here. It's a 4-purchase pattern if you're interested in doing it. I've made this quilt before, and now my cousin wanted one, so I'm making a second one for her. It took me a year to do it because I hate making the same quilt twice. I'm calling mine's, even though it's called Brightly, I'm calling it Brightly Green with Envy because of my background fabric. So, and Sin Forest is here. Hey, Sin. So I've got all 4 of my pieces done now. I just need to press. And then we're going to work on another section of this quilt. So we got to trim these extra piece off from my background. Welcome, 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 Sin. I am just going to send 2 squares through here just to get my other piece off, and we'll talk about it later. Just want to get my piece. As long as I have something else to sew, I try not to break my thread. All right, I think we're done. Now I can put the scissors up. So this is what I have when I'm looking at it now before I press. So I'll have 2 of these corners that are snowballed. Once I press, use this iron before it cut off. I'm gonna let that one cool because it kind of curls up a little bit when I pick it up too fast. I'm just making sure when I press these over that I don't have any folds. You don't want any folds or pleats in here. So I'm just using my hand to roll it over and then press. Sin says, I'm just gonna be listening for a few minutes while I eat dinner, but I'm watching. That's awesome. You got to be able to multitask. You know, most of us got to multitask in order to get sewing done. A lot of people are welcoming Norma. That's the type of community that we have here, Norma. Very nice people here. All right. So I've got all of my pieces like this now. Got some fraying going on that piece, but we're okay. So now we've got all of those units. Again, you're going to need 4 of these per block. I need to make 8 more. I already have mine sewed. I'm just going to sit these over there. Next up, I'm hoping I cut just enough of these squares that I'm not going to sew any extras. But if I do, I know how to either use it in another block or rip it out. Because I do know that I cut extra squares here because I said I can always use these squares. Remo saying, hello, Norma. Welcome to Teaquilts. You won't be disappointed. And Norma, I'm not really on normally on Sundays. I'm normally on Saturday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time for a 2-hour sewing chat. But I lost power over the weekend, so I wasn't able to be here. And I need to get some sewing done for my peace of mind. So I decided to come on Sundays. And then I also have a live chat on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour. And it's not necessarily sewing related, but it could be this week because I got to get some sewing caught up. I'm 5.5 days total this month without power. So I got some stuff I got to catch up on. So I don't know. Maybe we will be sewing on Wednesday. Okay. So I'm just going to sew until I run out of squares that are the same size here. And then I will go to the next step. I'm making the next block in this quilt, which is, I'm making this unit here, this corner unit. We just got through making the center unit. You need 4 of those. And so now we need 4 of these corner units. So I'm making 4 of those. And something happened with one of my, see what let me show you. Right here, my edge isn't lining up. And I'm going to compensate for that when I get into the putting my blocks together. I'll worry about that. But that's what I was talking about, where I'm saying when something is off, like it must have got shortcutted on my die because I couldn't see the stack of fabrics because I'm using all scraps when I'm cutting. And so one of them or a couple of them were cut short. I happened to put them all in the same block. And so now when I go and put that together, I'll know that I need to compensate for the short seam. It's about 1/8 of an inch off. Let's see. Oh, Norma says she heard from Tiffany's channel. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Tiffany sometimes comes over here. I know she was on Sunday. She was one of the reasons why I waited to come on later in the evening because I knew she was on. I was cooking dinner while Tiffany was on. I just didn't comment in the chat. So thank you, Tiffany, of Tiffany's Quilting Life. And she says she hit the bell for notification. So thank you. Mary talking about, is it Wednesday already? Girl, I better sew today because I may not have power on Wednesday, okay? I'm trying to do what I can. And my daughter like, you can bring your stuff over here. I'm like, I don't even feel like packing up stuff in the dark, okay? I was so mad when my power went out again. And when I thought, oh, we're going to have another storm today, it could go out again. I only got 2 more to do. I like that. Last one. I cut extra squares. I've been wanting extra squares and then I don't cut them. So this time I just say whatever was small, cut it into squares. So these are all extra pieces. So I can put that back. I have some larger squares and then I have all of my other units in here. So I'm going to take that out. And I've got all of my extra pieces from those half square triangle units in here as well. So put these in there. And I put the squares back. I don't need those. Even though I'm just taking this stuff out while I'm in here. So I don't have to go back in the box. Because we got to sew one more piece onto here. But we've got all of those. And we can put that over there. And now we need to take this off. Let me just iron my board. So my iron stays hot. All right, move you over. I'm just going to press one of these. I'm just pressing towards my green background fabric. Doesn't matter. And then I'm going to sew a rectangle onto it. So I'm going to sew this rectangle. And I'm just going to sew this one because I want to get my other one off. As I said, whenever I got something else to sew, I don't break my seam, my thread. You waste thread doing that. So if I'm going to waste thread, I'll put it into another piece that I know I'm going to use eventually, even including crumb or string blocks. I've made those while I've been working on projects. All right, so now we're ready to press these. Now, sometimes I will just press with my wood press here, and not press every step with a heated iron. But since I'm dealing with these African prints that are like a thicker batik fabric, I do like to press with the heated iron. It just makes everything lay nice and flat. And I didn't add any additional starch. So that's another reason. A starch helps too. I just wanted to get this project done as quick as I could. Okay. I got stuff under plastic under my board. It's coming out. Those are different pattern instructions that I'm working on up under my board. So Diane says, I'm looking at the Brightly quilt pattern. Which version are you using? The Brightly by Cluck Cluck Sew. That's all I know. Brightly by Cluck Cluck Sew is a pattern company. I'll see if I can find you a link. D Branson is here, says hello T, good to see you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. And I had some other quilters too. I have really nice quilting friends here in St. Louis area that offered for me to come to their house, that I could do the live there. But I'm like, what am I going to do with the live? Just sit there? Because I did not feel like packing up sewing machine, my projects, trying to make sure I had everything I need. Also being left-handed, I have to make sure I have a particular rotary cutter, making sure it's not one that's made for a right-handed person. So, it's a little bit that goes into me leaving too. So I do appreciate everybody that said that I could have come. I had a meeting Saturday with my So Busy quilt group, and I went to her house and I stole her power and charged everything up. I do have a power bank, one of the Morphe power banks, and so I was able to run a lamp to take a bath, so I could see. And then I also was able to run a fan. So at night, all night, I had a fan. That thing lasted and still had power the next day. So I am loving that unit. I am. My next endorsement is going to be a Zachary. I'm going to probably become an affiliate and probably put the links down below. But Zachary is, you can buy different levels of wattage, whatever power you think you need. And I'm going to buy, I think, the Zachary 1000. I think it's on sale right now for $1,000. But in addition to that, they got two solar panels that go with it, so you can recharge it that way. And it will run your refrigerator for 7 hours, which if I ran it during the hottest part of the day, that would be good. And then I can charge it because my refrigerator normally stays fine for like 3 to 4 days. It just depends. Like the freezer, not the refrigerator section, but the freezer section will stay. So if I can get 7 hours of charge for my refrigerator, that would be awesome. So I think that's going to be my next investment. And then I could also use it if I wanted to sew. Okay. So I'm going to be investing in something like that. And I want to get a name brand one as opposed to getting an off brand because they've been in the business of doing it for so long. And as I said, I do want to make sure that it will hold a refrigerator for 7 hours. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm trying to get my husband to sign up on it. He's a little hesitant about it, but I'm like, at least that's quicker than trying to get a generator installed and hooked into our electricity. So it's something over nothing, because that's the main thing we're worried about is our refrigerator. And it's the refrigerator, our main refrigerator, our other refrigerator. We got another refrigerator that we hardly ever go into. That is fine, and I have a freezer, and it's fine because we hardly go in. But our regular refrigerator, it's like the thermostat needs to be replaced or something, so it's a little off. Thumbs up. Let's make it match. That's Remo. Hey, we got 80 people. That's pretty good for somebody that's not supposed to be here. So thank you, everybody. I'll show you these blocks in a minute once I read these. Becky Bramlett says, I am late, but I am here. So welcome, welcome. Melina Montoya saying, hey, T. Hi, Melina. Zandra is here saying, hi, T. Sorry. She's late and saying T and everyone she's saying hi to. I skipped that part. And Remo saying they keep having storms in Ohio, so they're in the west too with us. Jeff says it says 70 people on now and only 35 thumbs ups. So maybe somebody can refresh and give us an accurate thumbs up would be great. Hey Sherry, I just got through texting with her that easily distracted by fabric. I had to remember what it was. That's her shirt. Sherry got confused because she thought I was trying to get rid of her shirt. Nope. I'm not trying to get rid of it. When I make something, I tend to use it as a thumbnail here and there, just to put it out there in the universe. But no, it's yours. Francis says, have you thought about a whole house generator? Yes. She says, I finally decided to get one and I'm glad I did. Do you know about how much it costs? Because that's the other thing. Because I was trying to save money for a shed and I'm almost wondering if I'm going to have to put in a whole house generator. I do almost feel that. So, and it's got to be hooked up through your electric box so that it clicks on when the regular power goes out. So, and then it's got to be hooked up that way so it knows. I don't know nothing about electric, okay? I think because if you're wanting it to run certain things, it has to be hooked up to those things on the power in your electric box to know what it's going to run. And you have to buy enough to run whatever it is that you want it to run. Like if you needed your garage door opener so you could get in, your refrigerator, your freezer, you need to know what part of the power you want to be on the generator because you can't have your whole house running. Jim Bennett's here. So I see 61 thumbs up. Go out and back in and get current number. So yeah, that's better. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up and thank you, Jim, for checking. Kimberly Morris here saying hello all from Kimmy in Washington State. So hello, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you commenting. That's awesome. We're not normally here on Sundays. I'm normally here live Saturday for 2 hours, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, doing live chat. And then I also have a 1 hour chat on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this is a little different for me. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts is here saying holla. Welcome, welcome. Diane says, do you have any friends in Jacksonville, Florida? Do we have any friends? I'm thinking she asking me, do we have any friends in Jacksonville, Florida? I'm all alone here. And that's another thing. Hopefully, putting where you're from, maybe somebody else might see where you're from and then you two can communicate and maybe meet up at a quilt shop or something. So that's cool. Dolores Phelps is here saying hello all. Just saw the notifications. Glad to be on the chat. So welcome, welcome. Nemo's reminding people to hit the thumbs up, everyone. Show love. Hey, Tiffany. Norma Lovelace is here saying that you sent her over here. So thank you, Tiffany, so much. We talked about your channel, Tiffany's Quilting Life. She says, hey, Miss T, I just saw you on. I'm cleaning up after my live. And listen, yes, I saw you were on. And I was trying to wait until you go off. And I'm not sure if you were off by the time I got on at 8:30. But I know you normally were off most times by between 8 and 8:30. So I tried to come on after that. Sherry says 20 people may have forgotten to put the thumbs up. Hey, Eric Oda. Do my eyes deceive me, or is Miss T live on Sunday night? Yep. Yep. I just had to get some sewing in. I have been so frustrated with my power grid system this month. This is the second time, well, third time actually, because it did it twice on Friday. So, but my third time losing power this month. So, I try to only get the comments where people are watching other people or talking. If they're talking to other people, I kind of skip them. If I miss something, just re-put it in here. Rosalind H is here, says, glad you were able to make it tonight. Yes, thank you. Kimberly says she's all thumbs up. Oh, Eric, also, let me know what hotel you're going to book for Houston so I can plan that as well. You can email me. I'll see where we stayed last time. It was about maybe a 15-20 minute ride from downtown. It wasn't bad. So I'll see if I can get the name. I can't remember what hotel it was because it wasn't in my name. I have to ask Kevin, see if he remembers. Sherry saying, thanks for the t-shirt. T. You're welcome. Thanks for ordering it. Joanne Lucas says, hey T, I'm new. I love your show. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you so much. Kimmy says, I just got back from the Sisters Quilt Show in Oregon. Would love to see you there next year. You know, I have so many things and now I just scheduled a whole nother quilt retreat. I used to do in the past I was doing quilt retreats every other year, but I have so many people that haven't been able to attend, so I put a new one in for 2025. So between that and then the retreats that I go to and then the traveling trips that I go to, I just don't know right now how I can financially afford it all. Because I do like to go to Houston Quilt Show. I like the Paducah Quilt Show. I do those two. I have one, two. I normally have 3 retreats a year, and I want to do a 4th one, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not yet. It's a lot. And I do road trips traveling with my buddy Kevin. So it just depends. And maybe the road trip could be one of those. It just depends. Oregon it's just that everything, on that side of the country is difficult, a lot more difficult. If I can drive it in a day, I can mostly do it. More than one day, taking 3-4 days to get across the country, that's a lot. We'll see. I do have it on my bucket list of things I want to go to. I do have on my bucket list the California Quilt Show I want to go to too. Just haven't made it yet. I did make the Modern Quilt Guild show, so I've done that one. I hardly ever travel a lot on the west side of the United States just because it's so far. I have done a whole lot of places on the east coast, east side of the USA. And people are welcoming Joanne, so you all are so sweet. You all are nice. And Remo's thanking people for the prayers. Since she's back, dinner's all finished. And Norma says she's from Palestine, Illinois. I don't know where that one is. I have to look that one up, see how far that one is. Mary T, I hope you get a bill adjustment. You don't get a bill. They don't give you a food credit. I haven't seen them post anything about giving you credit for your food. Just the fact that your power been off 5.5 and 5 3/4 of a day for the month. I guess that's the only reduction you getting because you ain't use anything. But now the AC hasn't cut off because it's trying to catch up. I'm glad it's dark outside now so it can catch up overnight and it won't run all day. Is your electric company hammering you? Yes, it is, Nikki. Yes, it is. Sherry says, y'all see that? She took time out of her busy schedule and got my t-shirt done. That was no hurry, but I really appreciate the promptness. Kudos to you, girl. No, because what happens is Remo and Miss Vivian that are in this chat, they can vouch on it. They've been waiting, about 3 months or something for their t-shirts, because what I do is I take orders for them, and then when so many build up, or if somebody has a t-shirt emergency, then I'll go and do all the t-shirts. I think I did about 20 t-shirts that I had on my to-do list, because t-shirts are custom and I don't pull out that equipment to do just one shirt. So I had, let's see, how many people? 1, 2, 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's just say I had about maybe 8, and then I was doing some for me that I was trying to do test runs of. So 9 people I had t-shirts for. I said, girl, you got to get busy. So I was glad that I got everybody's shirts done but my own. I did make 3 of my design. 3 I was trying to do with different, see what, I'm one of those people that I can use my t-shirts and make a mess, and if I don't like it, it's okay. I'll wear it anyway, because I need to test different colors, because I like to see what stuff that's oddball looks like together. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I already know what color the t-shirts are going to be for the 2025 Teaquilts retreat. You can buy, and I recommend this for the Teaquilts retreats. If you're attending, you can buy all the shirts. I don't put a year on them, because I hate having a t-shirt that has a year on it and I'm going to an event every year. I might want to wear a different shirt every day, or wearing a shirt to the event, stuff like that. And so I purposely did not put a year on them. Now I will be putting a year on my shirt, because I'm eventually going to make a t-shirt quilt that's going to have all of my shirts in it after, so many years. I don't know when I'm going to stop. But I didn't put a year on it because I didn't want you to have a shirt on that said it was 2022 shirt. So I didn't put the thing on it, but I do plan to make different shirts for every retreat by different colors. It will be the same logo, but different colors. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I felt like I would want to wear that more. I didn't want to just do that as a business decision and put a year on a shirt, and then you're just stuck with a shirt with an old year on it, and you cannot really wear it for real. You could, but everybody knows, oh, she's had that shirt for 4 years. No, that's not what we're trying to do. So I shall shop around for hotels and accommodations for Houston. Who else is going to Houston in November? So that's what Eric is asking you all. Is anybody else going to Houston in November? I'm going this year. I haven't been in 2 years, because the last 2 years they had it, they skipped some years. And then I do want to go back to Houston. I do enjoy the Houston area. I enjoy the Houston Quilt Show. Jeff says he's off to bed. Appointments in the morning and have all the town guests. So good night, Jeff. Thank you for popping in. But we need to show our love. Thumbs up. So close. That's what Remo is saying. Hit the thumbs up button. Francis says, I have a Kohler whole house generator. It connects to your electric line and gas line. Okay, so I don't know if I need it to my gas line, but that's okay. Okay. And she says, I think mine was, okay. So let me write that down so I don't forget. I'll put it on this envelope that I got to make deposits on. And I know it's going to be probably different, but if you thinking 1,000 gonna make my husband jump out his 7,000, really gonna make him jump. My husband, he's so funny. Older he get, the less money he likes spending. So, which I'm not mad about, but it's money, but well worth it. Now I'm not that concerned about thunderstorms. Yes. So thank you, Francis, for that. I appreciate that. Kim says she used water in her irons too. Yes. If I can't use water in them, I don't want them. I've been reading comments so much. I haven't even trying to make sure I got everything up there. I just had to cut the iron back on. I better read and sew. I'm doing a lot of reading and no sewing. T offered to be a teacher at T offered T offered to be a teacher at Road to California next year. Then maybe you can write the expenses off as business expenses. I always write off my trips as business expenses anyway because I do meetups. I wear my business clothing the entire time. It's a networking thing, so I do write it off as business expenses. Claudette here saying hello to you and everyone. Just got home from my guild meeting, so I hope you had fun. I didn't know any guild would meet on Sunday, so that's cool. That's awesome. Nikki says, I figured it was Ameren. That's who we have too. And the storms knocked us out too. Yeah, I saw where they had Illinois and Missouri. What was our old power company? It's been so long ago since I Union Electric. That's it. That was a long time ago. Are you gluing your snowballs on before sewing? Nope. You'll have to go back and watch the video, but I actually use my die cutting system and I cut half square triangles, and because the corners, on the die cutting machines, they take the points off, so I was able to line those up. So no, I did not snowball the corner, but if I did, which is what I normally would have to do, I would use Doug Lico's ruler to do that. I did not. She's talking about on she's going way back. She's had a flashback. She's talking about these blocks here where I snowball the corners right here. I used you could use Doug Lico's ruler and use squares, but because I didn't have as much fabric, every time I ordered burgundy fabric, it came back in one of the Kona cottons, different colors, and so I said later I don't have enough, so it just worked out. I had just enough fabric to make my cousin's quilt. So let's see. We are matching. That's love for Miss T, the educator. Oh, she says the thumbs up. Thank you all for getting people to hit the thumbs up button or encouraging them to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you. Thank you. Trying to get my things ran through here. Now I got some extra pieces. I don't know what that means. Maybe I miscounted. I need 8 blocks. So I got half of them, I thought so. We'll see. I'm not gonna worry about it until I get to the last block. All right, I got 4 extra pieces. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna put them in there so they don't fall off the table here. At least they'll be somewhere. And at least I'll eventually go into that container to do the drawing. So I'll find them eventually. So we're almost ready to, well, we are ready to put blocks together. I just need to press. And I'm just pressing the seams toward the rectangle I just added. And hey, Cynthia Shade, I got your card today as well. Thank you. Jim says good night all. See you around. Be safe. Good night, Jim. Thank you so much for being in the chat and participating. Sue says going to Des Moines show in September for our anniversary. That's cool. I actually went to Des Moines and Cedar Rapids area. I was doing quilt lectures. Des Moines is beautiful. I just loved it. And Cedar Rapids is too. Cedar Rapids is too. I enjoyed both areas and had good quilt shops. What I could go to, I couldn't go to them all, but I went to a few. And we went to a few of them when we went back to Iowa on our Iowa trip. If you are somebody that's not having a great day and you want to look at a video that will make you laugh out loud for real, you need to go watch my birthday bash video done July 27th, I think, of 2021. Go watch that video. It's a hot mess. If you're not laughing by the time you get through watching that video, I don't know what can make you laugh. That's the one video I threatened to take down, and I have so many people saying, "No, don't do it." Kevin and I had done the Iowa shop hop, and we had gone to 7, 8, or 9 shops in one day. Also, from leaving home, we left home about 4, 5 o'clock in the morning so we could get to the first store, and then proceeded to go to all these shops. And I had told you all that I would do a live when we got into the hotel. I would do a live. And when we got to the hotel, after we were trying to find something to eat, places were closed. It was still, some of the COVID stuff. Places had long lines, so we were trying to find places to eat. And then when we finally ate, the food wasn't that great. And then when we get to the hotel, Kevin goes, "Are you still going to go live?" I'm like, "Yeah, I promised them that I would go live, so I'm going to have to go live." I should not have gone live. I should not have done it. But I did. And boy, was it a mistake. Well, it's a comedy show, okay? That's all I can say. We both were slap happy. Yes, I have power. So thank you, Cynthia. Nikki says, I have to go to the Houston Quilt Show. I'm thinking about flying down there. Cool Girl says, T, you need the gas. That's what runs the generator. Okay, because when my power went off, my stove, I was able to cook. I just refused to cook. Because I'm like, who wants to cook food? You can't eat it. And I cooked that fish that my husband had just bought. I cooked that and I ate as much of that as I could, and I didn't cook another thing. But I do have gas. But okay, I know when we get somebody, they'll help us out. Phyllis G is here saying hi, T and everyone. Eric says, I thought you said you was sewing. Yeah. Phyllis says, I got my sister with me. Tamar says hi to everyone. Hey, Tamar. All right, so I've got all of these pieces here. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should have another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that's it. So I'm going to take half of this stack and I'm just going, because we're going to be sewing rows, but I'm going to just sew units. So I'm going to take and just start sewing this to that. I'm going to do that 16 times because the top row is the same as the bottom row. So I just need to sew one of these on, one of these, so that I can get this one off and get it pressed. Trying to keep sets of 8 so I know where they are. And I'm not worried. Nothing on this has to match up or anything because I'm just sewing the middle piece. So let me get this one off so I can press it. I don't have anything to match or to worry about because I'm sewing them to my star points. Now on my quilt, I did do my star points a little different. On this quilt, all of my star points are using one fabric, but when I did mine, I switched up. I had a good chunk of mine use this fabric. That's how she knew I had this fabric. And then I switched them up so that you would look different places at the different colors that I had. I may have had another 6 different colors that I just cut one star point. One block was out of that. So 8 star points, I guess. But I do like switching stuff up, but she likes this color, so I'm making hers the way she wants hers. So instead of laying out blocks, I'm just sewing rows together to make this go quicker. She said, we are sewing and watching Teaquilts. Right. You got to do it both, girl. People are saying hi to you all, too. Pat Boo is here saying, hey, hi, Miss T and viewers. Hey, Pat. Kimmy says, I'll stop in again soon. Thanks for having me. Bye, Kimmy. Thank you so much. Who else? Jason says, that was a great surprise to see a Sunday live, but I have to get some rest. Have a good night, everyone. Good night, Jason. Yeah, I do know that Sunday is bad, so people got to go to work on Monday. So I appreciate those that have been in here with me for almost the last hour and a half. Especially if you're on the East Coast. Delia Short saying, stopping in to say hello, hello, hello. What quilt is this? Yes, it's the Brightly quilt by Cluck Cluck Sew. And Missouri Star Quilt Company did a video on it where they actually give you the measurements. I just don't give them out. So if you want the measurements without getting the pattern, you can go watch their video. I'm just doing this because I have to make it for my cousin. Second time making this quilt. And it's going to be my last. Although it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I got my first set of 8 sewed with this seam. I just want to, I guess I don't, well, yeah. So I'm going to do this second set of 8. All of my pieces right here. And then I just put that other unit on the other side. I'll show you the block again before I sew. But this is my first set of 8, just pulling it over. I have to scroll you all up. Pat's also reminding people to hit the thumbs up button, saying there's only a few of you that haven't. So thank you. Eric's supposed to be making cards. Now, Eric, are you, I don't know if Eric normally goes on Sunday night. I thought he had changed to Tuesday. I don't want to take his time either. I was trying not to take anybody's time. Cian says, refresh your screen for an accurate count on the thumbs up. Cynthia says, you're welcome. That's for the card. Long time ago. I'm so far behind. Tamar saying, hi, TNT Quilters. So she's in here. Is that the video? What are you talking about, the video I farted? No, I don't even know what you're talking about. He is so rude. He just like Kevin. And Kevin is not here because Kevin is flying. He's at work or on his way to work. I don't know exactly what part he's at this point. I know he had to leave today to go to work. So I just find this a lot faster than making block by block. I just piece the rows and then I can just lay the rows out. If I'm doing just one block, I'm busy worried about making sure I keep the pieces in the right order. But, I only have to worry about when I lay the rows out. This is the last one of the second set of 8. And I'm just going to pull that first one up and start adding the piece on the other end. So I've sewn this, and so I'm just going to sew this other unit over here. So this is what I'm going to be sewing on. I'm just going to keep it all connected for right now. It'll come off. It'll all work out in the wash. Right there. I got to bring the whole stack over here. Good night, Vivian. I saw somebody saying good night to her, so she's saying good night. It's a laugh so hard you pee your pants video. That's Sue. Yeah. Whenever I just need a laugh or something, I have one video of a guy that has nothing to do with me. I watched that video. And then I also will watch that birthday bash video because I'm like looking at myself like, what is wrong with you? And then Kevin and I, we look at it and we critique it, tear it apart. Like, we looking at each other. We are looking at ourselves, but we're mostly looking at the other one so we can join on the other one, okay? Oh my goodness. And then Kevin's so rude, he'll take a screenshot and send me a screenshot. It's like he is so evil. Oh my goodness. But you're right, Sue. Marius leaving says, I'm poop, had to work this weekend. First time in 3 years. See you soon. Teaquilts. She's saying, prayer for power. Yes, honey. We got to keep it on over here. They're saying that it's trees. So thanks, Pat, saying nice colors. T, don't use that dual feed. You don't use the dual feed? Oh, I had it down, girl. I'm supposed to. And now I got it all down here. Hold on. It must have snapped up when I cleaned. Thank you, Pat. Yeah. Always. Now, that wasn't Pat. That was Sandy. Thank you, Sandy Agger. Girl. Didn't even know it was up. Dolores says, I'm working on my boho heart quilt tonight. Hope to be done by the 26th. Yay! I saw some people were posting them the last few days. So that's cool. I don't know what that was. Sound like something had a ping sound. The echoing of a ping. Maybe I hit the needle, the lifter bar, the knee lift bar while I was sewing. Like that was a weird sound. Yay. But I gotta get this quilt done. I just want to get it done. I don't have to like gotta get it done, but I think something that's almost a year late should be gotten done. Oh my goodness. I did not want to make this quilt twice. I was hoping she'd change her mind or something. She's like, no, I still want it. I'm like, okay. Let me get off my second set of 8. I forgot to do that. Here they are. I need to add the other pieces. I'm only gonna stay on, I think, till like 10:30. I just wanted to get some of this stuff sewed. I feel better when I'm moving along in a progression of something that I need to get done. So let me cut this off. So I have all of these rows ready to be pressed. Sadly, I have to say goodnight. Need to pack up for a morning class tomorrow. Be safe, everyone. Hug, Sin. Good night, Sin. Thank you for coming in. This is totally impromptu. And like I said, I have never been on this late. So I'm just trying to get some sewing in so I can be sane. So I can be sane. Norma says, thanks for having me. Really enjoy, but gotta go. Good night. Good night, Norma. Thank you. Pat says, Miss T does not fart, she fluffs. Eric says, I do Tuesday night lives instead. Much better time slot for me. Sundays was hard with work, other commitments, plus holiday and travel. Yes. So Eric's channel is a treasure. What is it, Eric? Can you post your link to your channel? You're still here? Treasure Heart Creations. That's it. Sometimes take me a minute. And a classic T and Kevin show. That's what Sue is saying on that video. I have no idea what you're talking about. You just call out my name and you know wherever I am. You just call out my name. He's putting in song lyrics. Becky said, just keep telling yourself, saving the best for last. All right, so I had enough of these units to do my pieces, so I must have miscounted my rectangle, so that's good. I do not need them, as all of my pieces are sewn. So that's good. Okay. Francis Jackson saying good night. Good night, Francis. And Becky says, just keep, oh, I read hers. June says, need to go to bed all. So good night to June. Good night, ma'am. Diane says, good night, everyone. T, I love my fabrics and also my pen. Have fantastic sewing week. So thank you, Diane. Good night. Thank you, Eric. He just posted his YouTube channel. He had to go grab it. It took a little second. Thank you. Thank you. So you all can subscribe to his channel if you're not already subscribed to Treasure Heart Creations. Appreciate it. I am just clipping these apart now. And I'm just going to, they're all the same. I just needed to make sure. I did something a little different than what the pattern did, so I had to make sure I had my pieces in the right place. That's why I broke up my design. But if you're following the pattern, you'll be okay. I didn't have to talk about that. So now all of these can go in the same pile because they're really the same. I'll press these later. Why press when you can sew? I don't need these anymore. I'll press them later. And then when I come back Saturday, I'll just be sewing rows together on these 8 blocks. Okay, so now we got the top and bottom rows have been sewn together. They're taken care of. Now I need to sew the middle rows, which is the star points and a square. So one thing I did do is that I made sure that all of my centers and my squares were all different fabrics, so that would also make them look different. And I'm just making sure, like I had this fabric here, that I want to make sure it's right side up. So that's all I'm doing, is just looking at the fabrics to make sure if they've got a top or a bottom, I want to make sure it's in the right position. Some of them, most of them, it doesn't matter. All right, so that's my center. And the square goes on here. Cut this one off. Goes over there. All right, so hopefully everybody else had a great weekend. Everybody but me that was in the dark. Although I went to my daughter's house yesterday, and so I watched a couple of programs, new program things with her. They were watching Marvel. I really don't like that type of stuff, but I watched it. I don't like anything where it's like alien based for some reason. So now we're sewing the middle row. All I need is 8 blocks, so I only need 1 middle row. So that means I only have to sew 8 rows together, whereas up at the top and bottom I had to double that. Hi Rhonda Barlow. People that are coming in late, I talked earlier about the Teaquilts Retreat 2025 that I have post on my community page. It's almost filled. I have 36, 37, 38. I have 2 spots that are guaranteed until August 13th. That's available. And then everybody else will be going on wait list. So if you're trying to attend a Teaquilts Retreat 2024, I only have 2 commuter spots, which means that you have to find a place to stay. So if you're local, that's great. If you're from out of town, you'll have to figure out some place to stay. That's what a commuter spot is. I have 2 for 2024, and I have 2 for sure guaranteed spots until August 13th on the 2025, just to let you all know that it went fast. So if you were thinking about it, you need to be thinking fast because those spots are almost gone. I'm going to do a wait list, but even on a wait list, you still need to pay the $100 because say August 13th and somebody on the wait list didn't pay and you're the first on the wait list, well, you get moved up and they get moved down. So flyer information is in my community post if you're not on Facebook. Pat says, that's great. You did good with the retreat. Yes. I was surprised. And I don't know. It keeps growing. Let me see if I can count off the top of my head. 1, 2. Well, I got the sheet right here. I forgot. I don't have to count off the top of my head. Let me see how many repeats people are saying they're coming in 2025 as well. Some of the people came in 2022. One person not coming in 2024, but coming back in 2025. So, yeah. So let's count 1, 2, 3. I'm going to count everybody that's scheduled for 2024. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I got 15 people that repeat, and I did not let them know ahead of time that, about this thought of mine. So I wanted to make it fair to everybody that been wanting to come to a Teaquilts retreat. So now I know that there's enough interest for the every year instead of every other year. And the people that can't come back every year, then it'll be somebody else taking their spot. You can plan it. At least it's giving it so that people got more of an opportunity to attend. um 2025, Eric, I got 2 spots left. If you want me to put you down while you consider it, I can do that. You got till August 13th where you have to send in $100 just to hold your spot, and then you don't have to pay any more until sometime in 2024. I'm using that $100 so I can use it to book the spot. So I'm not using all of my own personal funds. And I'm actually booking it next week. They should be sending me an email. I've already called them and confirmed that I want the dates. Oh, I must have one on here still. Hold on. Yep. So let me know, Eric. There's some other Cali people coming. Patsy Johnson says, hi, T and everyone. Congrats on the success with your 2025 retreat. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was surprised because I'm like, there is no way that I'm going to be able to book this. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and book it, and I'm just going to take the loss if it's a loss. But I am just overwhelmed and surprised at how many people want to come to retreat. Now I'm going to go ahead and break this thread because I'm cutting this off. We only got another 15 minutes. I'm trying to do a 2-hour live. And then I'm going to cut this power off. All right. So all I got to do is press these. And like I said, I'm not in the mood to iron anymore. So We'll just wait. But we just made making 8 blocks, so I just made 8 rows like that. And I'm gonna put them to a side, and I'm gonna press them. When I do press them, I'm gonna press my rolls so that they alternate. So when I put my rolls together, that they will nest, so I don't have to worry about pinning. So I will be doing that too, but I don't feel like doing pressing. Mhm. Yeah, you know who. I'll put your name on here. Um, and you just let me know. I'll hold the spot, and you let me know pretty soon if you want it or not. Nikki says, I would come to one, but I can't right now. Yeah. And I do understand that. Like I said, it takes some planning for all of this, schedule wise, financial wise. Also, summertime people are traveling for family reunions. So I completely understand. So, yeah. So, y'all tell me what y'all doing. What are you sewing on, or are you just watching television, which is what I normally do? On Sunday nights, I'll have Tiffany and watching television. Um, we only got another 14 minutes to be on here. Let me see. What did I say? I was gonna find you all the link for Cluck Cluck Soul's pattern. So let me find that, and I will. Is this it? I'm trying to see if this is the page where you can buy it. Brightly is available. Here is a PDF, or here is a paper pattern. So I'm just going to leave it on this page. You're just going to have to scroll a little bit because I don't know which way you would want to purchase it. Copy URL. And now I got to go get into my live on this phone. Here we go. And I'm just going to pop it down here in the chat, just a link. I'm not going to type anything else. All right, so that's that. Now I can close that. Y'all ain't playing. I'm getting these notifications of Zelle stuff, Zelle payments, paying for them retreats. Hold on. Um, okay. So I got that. I got to check spam too, just to make sure. Because sometimes stuff go to spam. A lot of the networks don't recognize teaquilts.com as being a legit email. So sometimes the mail goes into spam. So let's see what you all are working on. Pebble says, just finished cutting and sewing 9 blocks. I am pooped. 9 of the brightly blocks. Sheila's working on her boho heart. I know the struggle is real. I enjoyed every part of that boho heart quilt. But if you're not used to making sampler blocks, see, I'm a person that I get bored fast. So I like the fact that I'm making different blocks. And I even didn't do a whole lot of duplicates because I said I'm not making any duplicate blocks. So I even went above and beyond and started going and getting blocks, making up blocks, using my AccuQuilt to make up blocks. And I just had fun. So I do understand making 9 blocks and being pooped. Yep. But I love sampler quilts. Um, Becky says, I'm doing what I usually do, crochet and watch you. Trying my hand at making a scarf. So that's cool. And also, I have to tell people, just because this is a Teaquilts quilt retreat, that doesn't mean that if you crochet or you make cards that you can't come to the Teaquilts retreat. I've gone to card makers retreats and I've where they're making cards and I'm sitting there sewing. I'm the only sewing machine in the room. And when I first was at home preparing to go, I felt bad because I'm like, I'm gonna be there sewing, this machine's gonna be loud and all this kind of craziness. No. When you go to their things, they have things that make noise too. All the paper cutting machines were there, they were going off. You had people making t-shirts, that thing was going off. So you can do whatever you want. You pay for your spot. You can do whatever you want or not do anything at all. You can just come socialize if that's what you're so inclined to do. So that's what I like about retreats. It's just a way for you to break away from everything in your life that's going on and be around crafty people. And you just, casually walk around talking to people, seeing what they're working on. We do massive show and tell at the end. So you get to see all these different ideas and what people are working on. I enjoy retreats. So Nikki says she's cutting fabric for a trip around the scrap basket. So that's cool. I somebody ordered that pattern and I also just updated my because I lost the digital file to trip around. What was it? No, it was treasure hunt, and I sent them the wrong pattern. So I just had went back today and made sure that I put the right pattern in the mail. So I dropped it off at the mailbox today. So yeah, but I actually enjoyed working on my trip around the scrap basket. It's not back there anymore because I have it packed for the lecture that I'm going to do the first Monday in August, where I'm going to Mexico, Missouri. So, um, Nikki, how far are you from me in Illinois? I know you said you're in Illinois. I just have never heard of that town. Anybody else want to share what projects they're working on? I need to be making some cards, but I put them cutting machines up. I said I don't have time for that. I now need to go clean off all my surfaces because when it gets dark in my house, then I go and start putting stuff where it ain't supposed to go. I gotta clean up all the stuff from making t-shirts. And I need to go do long arm quilting because I'm now behind in it. With these days, these outages, and then it just wears me out. Now, so I've gotten caught up because I was behind on registration for the retreats. So I got all of that caught up because it's on my desktop machine. When I went in there today, I printed the list because they were all inside of my computer that I couldn't get to. And so I printed the list so I can work from a manual copy. So if I lose power again, I can tell people, okay, I still have a space or I don't have a space. You're on the wait list or you're not. And I don't have to say, I don't know if you can come or not. I have to see. So I did print it so I'd have a hard copy. I did not have a hard copy when my power went out. Oh, Nikki's in Jefferson City. Oh, I thought you were the one that said you were in Illinois. Now let me go back and see who that was. I probably ain't gonna find it. Sorry, Nikki. I thought you were in Missouri, but then I thought somebody told me they were in Illinois and I thought it was you. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was Norma. Maybe that's why. Norma's gone though. Yes, that was Norma. I'm gonna write that name down just to see. I've never heard of Palestine, Illinois, or Palestine, Illinois. And that was Norma. I'm just writing her name up here on this. I don't know why I'm writing it on this sheet like she want to sign up for retreat, but that's not true. All right, go back to the bottom. Um, Okay. Thank you, Nikki. Joe Carmel from Quilts by Carmel is here saying, hey, Miss T and all quilters just got off work and look who's live. Well, look at God. Eric says, hey, T, do you still have your star pattern? Yes, it's called the exploding star. And while you can figure out how to do that star without my pattern, I do give you cheats and breakdowns on how to make that go a lot faster for you. And then I have 4 different stars in my pattern as well that you can choose from, and you can make them any size you want. I talk about that too. But I do still have that. Remo talking about put her down for 2025. Girl, yes, ma'am. So that if I put Eric at 39 and Remo at 40, everybody else is on the wait list until the deadline day of August 13th. When they don't get their deposit in on time, they'll move to the wait list and you'll move up if you are put on the wait list. And Joe Carmel, your friend told me to put you on here, so I put you on here, so you got a spot just in case. Well, your friend didn't tell me to put you on here. Your friend was told me to put her on here, and I'm figuring if she's coming, Joe, you're coming. So that's what had happened. Let me straighten it up. She says, which shop are you going to in Mexico? I'm not going to a shop. I'm going to a quilt guild. And I don't remember the name of it right now. I just tend to write down addresses, girl, and go where I'm supposed to show up. I have never been there, but I'm sure it's only one quilt guild in Mexico, Missouri. So you can look it up. Oh, okay, Eric. He says more his company is having a big event. It's a paper pattern, Eric. So let me take Eric spots available. So I got one opening then. I'll take that one off. And then Sue says, is Tucker coming? Not yet. Kenesha M is saying, hi everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to the chat. And Sheila says, I want that spot. Yes, ma'am. Got my hair blowing on my face from the fan over my head. And Joe talking about, praise the Lord, I'm going in 2025. When Carla said she was coming, I said, if Carla coming, Joe Carmel coming. Nikki says, I'm sure it is too. Mexico isn't that far from me, about an hour. So that's good. Then meet me in Mexico, girl. I don't know. Sometimes guilds, when they pay speakers, they might charge a $3 to $5 fee for coming, something like that, to us on that particular night. I don't know. You can contact them. I'm sure their information is online. There's you can Google quilt guilds, and then it'll bring you up a list of quilt guilds by state, and then you can contact somebody and see what they say. Eric says, well, that was fast. Right, you slid out, somebody else slid right in, Eric. Sue says, Joe, Carmel, and Carla, I can take care of you for machines. They have machines. They travel with their machines. They got traveling machines. So Eric says, Mexico, have a margarita for me, even if it's in Missouri. So yeah. But yep. This stuff is it's gonna be some fast. This was the fastest retreat I've ever filled up. Well, I guess 2024 was already filled from the get go, but I only had a few spots, and I still got two commuter spots. But I hate when they don't have enough beds because that means that out of town people can't attend. I can put you on the 2024 wait list, Eric. I don't have anybody on there right now, but I'm telling you, somebody always cancel at the last minute. And as long as you ready to pay and ready to go, you just slide right on in. At the last minute, I had uh like in the last month, I had three people that had to cancel retreat in the last month. But then when I was contacting people that were on the wait list, they didn't have the money to pay it. And then they also would have had to travel. So, yeah, they just didn't have all that money at the last minute. That's why I tell people save your money so you can be ready to do it if it's at the last minute. Somebody always cancel at the last minute. Kenneth Show says, I will be there in spirit. Yep. Okay, so I'll put you on that wait list, Eric. He's talking about even if I don't get in, I can play tourist in the loop. See what I if you seriously, I got a commuter spot, which means I got a place for you to work during the day. I don't have a place for you to sleep. So if you're gonna come anyway, you may as well come to retreat. So we're gonna figure something out for you. Because Jason's coming, but he's coming as a commuter because I didn't have a bedroom. What other male is on here? Tucker. Tucker is still technically not 18, so I'm having his mom's approve for Donna to be with him. So that's he's with Donna. So that's another male that's there. And then Kevin is there. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, so that's it. I just don't they didn't give me as many rooms as they had given me in the past. So I had to go to how many commuters did I go to? I don't know why I don't have my commuters color coded. I don't know why I didn't do that to make it easier on myself. Let's see. Open commuter 1. Um Jason is 2. Judy is 3. 4 is Pat. There's got to be another one because I got this 5 down here. I thought it was 6 total. Oh, that was 1. I don't know. There's got to be somebody else on here that's a commuter. Maybe I only have 5. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somebody on here is a commuter. I'm just skipping it for right now. It's Kimberly. Is it Kimberly? Yeah, it's Kimberly. Okay, so it's 6. Oh my gosh. Okay. Right. It was a mess with me and Kevin in there just by ourselves. So I can imagine what Eric is going to be. And he says it'll be his first retreat. That's what happened for a lot of people that came to the Teaquilts first retreat. I do ask that question on my form if it's your first retreat ever. And then yeah, I just think it's awesome to know who had never been to a retreat. In the room, it was a lot of people from out of town that had never been to a retreat. So, and then especially being a male quilter, uh, none of them that I've ever met have been to a retreat until the Teaquilts retreat where I had Kevin and Tucker. And then this time I'm going to have Kevin and Tucker and Jason. And now Eric saying he's coming. And we're going to have to figure out something for Eric. If I have to give up my own bed or something, I don't know. We're going to figure it out, Eric. We're going to get you in here. And Sue's telling him about Joe Carmel and her camera. Right. It used to be whatever happens every treat stays every treat, but not with Joe Carmel there. And then she did ask if it was okay for her to post, but it's like, you got all of that. She is fast. She got a quick trigger on that camera record, okay? And Eric, I'll send you the information for 2024 retreat. We're gonna have to figure out how to get you in. Eric talking about I bring my tent and sleeping bag. That's funny. See, it's so different at this facility because even when you have a single room, some of them have a double bed, like 2 twin beds, and some of them don't, and you don't know that until you show up which room you got. But we're gonna figure out you I'm sending you information. You just start making your payments when I send you the information. And get you, because the first payment, it was a deposit of 100, and then the first payment was due by the end of July. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get you in. Even if, like I said, if I have to give up my room and go home every night or something, or go sleep on somebody else's room, we gonna figure it out. I'm gonna be room hopping or something. I don't know. But we're gonna figure it out. Eric needs an extra long bed. He's very tall. Yes, he is. Eric is. I've seen Eric. I can't control what size these beds are. Y'all know how these retreat centers are. Now in 2025, I do have a couple of options, but not a whole lot. But he won't be in 2025. But yeah. Eric talking about, oops, too many zeros. Yeah, right. uh, but yeah. But we gonna figure it out because I'm like, we're gonna have to get him a spot to sleep. Um, See, I only have 4 rooms that are singles. And the 1, 2, 3, 4 that are 4 Jack and Jills, which is what I have with Kevin. So we're sharing a bathroom. And then doubles, the rest of them are doubles, and then minus 6 commuters, and I got 32 spots. So that's how those numbers work out. And for some reason there was nobody on the wait list either. But if you coming to St. Louis anyway, gonna be a commuter, we're gonna have to figure something out for you. Somebody, he'll just be roaming around. No, you're gonna be sewing. So do we need more Nerf guns? That's Sue. uh-uh. Every time about he'll commute in, he don't mind. It can kind of get expensive, like 4 or 5 nights of hotel room. We gonna figure out something. It'll get expensive. So, and then I have a feeling, anyways. Like I said, last minute, you are not planning on anything happening. But last time I had 3 people that had to give up their spot. One person was able to get reimbursed back. The next person donated their spot to somebody else because it was too late. I couldn't get anybody. And then the one that canceled the day before retreat, I just talked to the center and told them what the situation was. And then they gave me about, I don't know, about 20, 25% or something. I can't remember what the numbers were. I sent it to back to the girl because they kept part of it. So yeah, but they were nice to do that. They didn't have to. They won't be doing that in the future because they've since changed their contract. It is the same way that the facility that I'm using in 2025 has changed their contract too. He gonna bring the mariachi band from next door. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do not bring those people to St. Louis. Oh my goodness. We're never gonna get any sleep. But yeah. So I'm just looking at stuff on this list trying to make sure stuff makes sense. But I had to play with 2024 stuff for rooming in the first place. So we'll be fine. We'll figure out something. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I didn't realize it was 10:41. I was only staying on here to 10:30. So we're gonna go ahead and end here. We don't came on the live and got retreat 2025 booked up. We on a wait list for that, and we on a wait list for 2024 with only one spot left now. Technically, just one spot. Because I'm going to put Eric in here in this one commuter, and I really only have one table space left. So, stuff is going fast. What else do I need here? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get off here. I will see you all Wednesday. I'll probably be trying to sew on these blocks again, unless something more fun comes in the mail or comes to mind. But right now, all I got on my mind is I want to get this quilt top done, and I do want to start long arm quilting, which I don't do in here. But I will see you all next time. You all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out, everybody.